The day had been endless, a whirlwind of legal meetings, emergency press conference, and damage control session with Jungkook's PR team. Every hour brought a new article, a new rumor, a new leak. Even their allies had begun to distance themselves, worried about the firestorm Jungkook's name had become. By the time the sun dipped low in the city skyline, exhausted had settled in their bones like poison. Jungkook looked at Taehyung from across the boardroom. Shadows under his eyes, lips pressed into a tight line. "Let's get out of here," he said softly. "We can't win this war in a day." Taehyung nodded. They didn't need to say anything anymore. The elevator ride down was quiet, tense. Outside, the city was humming, headlights cutting through the dusk, the murmur of life continuing as if nothing was wrong. But for Jungkook and Taehyung, the world had titled off its axis. They got into Jungkook's car and drove in silence through the city's glittering veins. Taehyung watched the skyline blur past, his mind racing. He could feel it, the way people looked at Jungkook now, the shifting tone of media coverage, the smirks of rivals who had long waited to pounce. It was spiraling out of control. Then Jungkook reached across the console and took his hand. "We'll get through this," he said, his voice low but steady. "Together." Taehyung turned to look at him. Jungkook's face was tired, yes, but not broken. There was a fire there, deep and unrelenting. It calmed Taehyung more than any words ever could. He squeezed Jungkook's hand. "I know." They pulled into the underground parking lot of Jungkook's luxury apartment complex, a place once filled with laughter, white nights, and the scent of home-cooked meals. But tonight it felt colder. As they stepped out of the car, a gust of wind tugged at Taehyung's coat. He looked up and stopped. Taped to the front of Jungkook's apartment door was a piece of paper. The edges were frayed as if it had been put there harshly, and the ink, if it could be called that, was deep, vivid red. The message was short, but it screamed with intent. "You'll never be safe." Taehyung's breath caught in his throat. His feet felt rooted to the ground, eyes spreading through his limbs. Jungkook moved before Taehyung could react, stepping in front of him protectively, eyes narrowing, jaw clenched. He ripped the paper off from the door, crumbling it in one hand like it was nothing but trash. "Get inside," he growled, pushing Taehyung gently but urgently toward the keypad. Now, once inside, Jungkook locked the door behind them. Not just the smart lock, but every manual bolt as well. Then he activated the hidden security system on a few people knew about. Reinforced windows, camera feeds, motion sensors. Taehyung sat on the couch, heart pounding in his chest, his mind racing. It wasn't just a prank. It wasn't just someone trying to scare them. It was a promise, and it had been delivered straight to their doorstep. Jungkook stood in the living room, still clutching the crumbled paper, staring at it like it was a live bomb. "Whoever did this," his voice was barely a whisper, low and dangerous. "They crossed a line." Taehyung rose slowly, walking to him. "Jungkook?" But when Jungkook looked at him, he stopped him cold. There was a fire in Jungkook's eyes, not fear, not confusion, but rage. "They threatened you," Jungkook said, his voice trembling with fury. "They came to our home." He walked over to the shelf, unlocked a hidden drawer behind the books, and pulled out a secure black folder filled with documents, flash drivers, and confidential contacts. Emergency protocols Jungkook had once hoped they'd been never have to use. "They think I'll back down, that I'll run, that I'm scared." He turned back to Taehyung. "But they have made a mistake." Taehyung approached him slowly, wrapping his arms around Jungkook's waist. "We'll handle this together. Just promise me we won't let this destroy us." Jungkook softened slightly at his crutch, resting his forehead against Taehyung's. "It won't. Nothing ever could." But outside the apartment, hidden among the shadows of tall buildings and humming streetlights, someone was watching. A figure stood across the street, barely visible, eyes locked on the balcony, a phone in his gloved hand. A message was sent. The note was delivered. Phase 2 begins tomorrow. The next morning, Taehyung stood beside Jungkook in his private office, tension crackling in the air like a live wire. The USB drive now sat in the middle of Jungkook's desk, no longer a symbol of betrayal, but a weapon, a challenge. I need to end this, Jungkook said, his voice hard and focused. Minho's had his claws in my life for too long. Taehyung nodded. What are you going to do? Jungkook's eyes flickered with the icy resolve that had built his empire. I'm going to expose everything, but I need help. Yours. Taehyung's heart raced, but not with fear, with determination. Tell me what to do. Jungkook handed him a sleek black folder filled with evidence. Files connecting Minho to illegal business deals, bribery, and even the death of the mysterious woman Jungkook had loved once. We are going to leak this to the authorities anonymously, Jungkook explained, and I need you to deliver a backup copy to someone I trust, Detective Han Sejun. Taehyung took the folder with steady hands, though his heart thundered. And what about Minho? Jungkook hesitated. He won't go down quietly. He'll come after me, after you. Taehyung looked Jungkook in the eye, voice unwavering. Then we fight. Later that night, Taehyung found himself alone again, tasked with delivering the folder to Detective Sejun. But as he neared the parking lot, a sudden chill gripped him. He wasn't alone. A figure stepped from the shadows. Minho. Well, he said smoothly, adjusting his cuff of his designer coat. You have been busy, Mr. Kim. Taehyung stepped back instinctively, but stood his ground. You don't scare me. Minho chuckled. You should be scared. You don't know the world you have stepped in. You hurt Jungkook. He destroyed people. It ends now. Minho's smile vanished. You are just a pretty face in his bed. You think you matter? He'll sacrifice you the second things get dangerous. Taehyung's voice trembled, but it didn't break. Then you don't know him at all. Suddenly, headlights flashed behind them. A car pulled up. Jungkook stepped out, his face stone cold. I told you to stay away from him, Jungkook said, his voice like steel. Minho turned, shrinking, still trying to play the hero. This time I'm not playing, Jungkook said and handed Taehyung a small black device. A recorder. It had captured every word of Minho's threats. Minho's shriek faltered. Game over, Jungkook said. Back in the safety of their apartment later that night, Jungkook slumped on the couch, exhaustion finally cracking through his walls. Taehyung sat beside him, leaning his head on his shoulder. You saved me today, Jungkook whispered. No, Taehyung replied gently. We saved each other. Jungkook turned to him, brushing a hand through Taehyung's hair. I never imagined I'd find someone like you. Taehyung smiled, then stopped imagining. I'm here. Jungkook pulled him close, holding him like the world might end. But tonight, for the first time in a long time, the world felt quiet, safe, together. But deep down, they both knew Minho was far from finished, and the next battle would be the most dangerous of all.